lit a flying red horse in the sky. Put there to inspire the spirit, progress, flight. Visible from up to 75 miles away, the Pegasus became a symbol of the city we call home. This city, it didn't rise easily. It grew from dust, steel, heat, and hard work. Yet Dallas came into its own. As it grew, the Pegasus continued to stand watch. These wings don't come without weight. They were earned in the shadows. No spotlight, just work. This isn't about threats. It's about what you do in them. Because this city, it doesn't hand out elevation. You have to earn it, fight for it, take it. These threads are more than fabric. They're history, our history. We rise, not because we can, because we're Dallas. Every city has a story. Ours has wings.
In a dream last night, you were standing in a brilliant light. 1 minute here, but the next you were gone. I thought you could stay, but I was so wrong. The end is here. The game is over. No more pretending. No more. No more. The end is here. The end is here. The end is here. The end is here. The end is here.
Yes, the end has finally arrived
Yeah.
for one, Mr. Nico Harrison. Although some people at home are happy about this, I can't say that I'm too thrilled about it. Of course, the guy over here in Oak Cliff is happy about this, but nevertheless. This isn't my party tonight, guys. I don't take responsibility for this. I get to sit back and relax and chill and let Kendrick do this, because this is Kendrick's shindig tonight. 100% Kendrick. I get to sit back and I guess drink my tea or whatever it is you get to do. Kendrick, do we have you?
Yes, you do, bro. Unfortunately, you do. Today's a very heavy day for me. Very heavy day. At unfortunately at 10 a.m. today, we lost the Titan in our industry, at least for 4 years, in his own mind. Today we did farewell to one Nico. He had a short 4-year life here, filled with controversy, and sadness and joy. But in the end, I really do hope that he went out peaceful. Because he went out. I'm pretty sure that wherever he's at, either up high or down low, east, west, all points in between, that he has a smile on his face, knowing that always Walter, we will always have a seat at the table. For you, Nico. I miss you. Oh, man, it's so rough. It's so rough. I mean, it's 10 o'clock in the morning and still hitting me. Still past 8. You know, pain still hitting me like it was this morning. God just bear with me. Didn't know this was gonna happen. Didn't think this was gonna happen.
That's a lie. You did know it. You've been calling for it.
We all
called for it last night. We called for it last night.
I don't know who that's. I don't know who's that's talking on the other end. I don't know who is that. But I'm gonna try to go through that. You know, sometimes we have technical difficulties. Listen, man. Nico Harrison, he was an active GM. He did everything he could. He made trades. He kicked people out. He lied. He schemed. He swindled, tricked, he connived. But he always had good intentions for himself and Anthony Davis. I'm just hoping Anthony Davis could get over this. I think Anthony, I think it was hitting him. I think he was getting towards the end. He knew the end was coming. Because even though Anthony Davis had game 8 before season, you know, Nick and Sam's had a great time. They say they appreciate the business they got from him, but you know, stress. We could tell that it was the end was coming, and he hit him on so hard. You know, even though he tried to come out there and play to save Nico Harrison, I think Patrick Dumont did the right thing. Say it was too late. It was too late. There's no need to resuscitate. Just let him go. And off he went. As they always say in the country, hit dog gonna holler. And boy, did that hit dog holler. Well, I just don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know where we go. I don't know what tomorrow holds. Heck, I don't know what the next hour holds, but I do know what happens. We're here together. And we're going to celebrate the GM life and legacy of one Nico Harris. Godspeed, Nico. Godspeed. Well,
are you done now?
Yes. I did that was a beautiful eulogy, I may say. That was a beautiful eulogy. Yes, chicken, in the arms of Angel. Nico Harrison, 2021, 2025. God bless you. God bless you, Nico. Well, at least half the Mavs fans think that. The other fans, I can't say that on a podcast, what they say. But anyway, well, back to you.
Thank you, Kendrick. As Kendrick has laid out, I don't know what's going on Instagram. Can't get Instagram going. Yes. Nico Harrison was unceremoniously fired today by the Dallas Mavericks. Thanks to public outcry and opinion by you, the fans at home. He is no longer with the Dallas Mavericks. And of course, we went in long form last night as to why Nico shouldn't have been fired, but he was, because of certain incidents. But a guy like Kendrick, of course, he's gonna make a mockery of it. He's got his Men in Black outfit on. Watch your tie not even tied all the way up. To hell with it, huh?
Yeah, I was struggling, man. I was struggling today, man.
Yeah,
like nothing
really,
was working.
It really shows.
Yeah, thank you.
When I'm right, I'm right. I told you guys, go on by the morning. Yeah, Facts God, don't worry. We're about to give out the stream key to have you guys join us here on the broadcast. We want to hear from you guys and hear what you guys have to say about Nico's firing. Give me 1 second to fire that up. Want to hear from you, the people, tonight, because I definitely don't want to hear from this guy anymore. And we got the General Gavin Dawson from 105.3 The Fan joining us in a couple minutes at about 9 o'clock. A guy who also has been leading the campaign for Nico to be fired. He's going to be on here to explain his actions and his behavior, along with this guy right here in Oak Cliff, who's been spreading this stuff around. But until then, let's get entertained here and give out the stream key, because we want to hear from you, the people, what you think. Just click on the link whenever you see it and join the broadcast, and we'll put you on. We will definitely put you on.
We'll need all of that. We'll need all of that. Safe space. It's a safe space.
All right.
Oh, I do want to say one thing on Nico Harrison's Instagram bio. He changed it to girl dad and unemployed. Just changed that about a couple hours ago.
Well, what else is he supposed to? What else is he supposed to say?
Hey, he's only getting followed by just 1,000 people. Man.
I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure he is.
Expected to be lower. Expected to be lower than that. He must got a big family. Anyway.
Okay, give me a second. I'm also trying to put the stream key out on the
okay.
I'm trying to put the stream key out on Facebook and everything, so people who want to join in can.
Yeah, safe space, man. Everybody join in and recall your Nico memories. The good, the bad, the crazy, the sad. Just tell us about your Nico.
So, Kendrick, how happy were you this morning when you got the news that Nico was fired like you wanted to by the Dallas Mavericks?
I was not happy. I was not happy.
Yeah, you were.
I was not happy. It was 10 a.m.
Yeah, you were.
I couldn't believe it. I thought that he would go a lot longer. But you had to know when Dr. Patrick Dumont came in to the room, he gave us that look. He shook his head. There's no more we can do. There's no more we can do. And calmly pull.
All right, we've got our first person on. I'm done talking to you. We got our first person on. Let's go to the broadcast here. Fact God, do we have you?
Yeah, what's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, Facts, man? We know you've been you had some things to say last night about
God. It's safe space, man. Just lay that out. Safe space. Whatever you feeling.
I mean, me personally, I was one of the people who kind of understood the trade. The only thing I had a problem with, we should have got more for him. Like, if you're gonna trade Luka, you at least supposed to get AR, at least 2 draft picks, 2 first-round picks. But you know, I was fine with Nico, but you know, if we would have been 8-3 instead of 3-8, nobody would be talking anything anyway. So, but you know, it happened. So we gotta move forward. That's all I can say.
Move forward. Gotta move forward.
Thanks, Scott. Can I just say this? If we were to take back all of those things from the Lakers, we would not have been in a position to get Cooper Swag, because that means you would have been making a run for it, and you wouldn't have been able to make a run for it and get the number 1 pick and be as low as you have the probability to get the number 1 pick if you did so.
That could be true too. You know, me personally, like I wouldn't have traded Luka. Like, there's only a couple players in the NBA I would have traded Luka for anyway.
Prescott, I need a moment. Just one moment, please.
What?
Okay, go ahead. Nah, it's only a couple players I would have traded Luka for anyway, and that being Giannis or Jokic. And they clearly weren't gonna trade Luka for Jokic, or maybe you could have got it from Milwaukee, but you know, you was just trying to trade with the Lakers. So, and that's another thing. If it would have been anybody else but the Lakers, like, I don't think it would have been as bad as it was. But
Prescott, I'm glad you said about Jokic. A source, one team source, this is according to a Twitter, one team source will call the document where Nico Harris has placed Drew Holiday in the same tier of talent as Nikola Jokic.
That's delusional. Yeah, that's delusional.
Yeah, he thought they was basically the same talented player. So just think it this way: if Joker was on this team, you could have had Anthony Davis and Drew Holiday.
Yeah. Now comparing Drew Holiday to Jokic, that's a little past delusional. I have no answer for that. Yeah, Nico tripping with that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay,
I say that little tidbit to when he got fired.
You hold on there like drop four. You hold on there like drop four. We know. You hold on there for like drop four. We know. No secret.
So who do y'all think is gonna be the future GM?
It said they're trying to bring back old boy from
Dennis
who they had last year. What was it? Lindsey.
Dennis Lindsey.
Yeah, they want to bring him back as the what's the name?
Dennis
okay.
Lindsey. Yeah.
So do
pretty much. Go ahead.
So do you think they're gonna stay with Nico's plan or go towards the future?
That 3 to 5 year window died with his GM career. That died today. That's everybody except Cooper Flag, PJ Washington, because he got an extension. You can't trade him now. But so you can't say, and also probably Kyrie, but everybody else is on the table. Everybody else is on the table. We know that if Nico Harrison was here, Anthony Davis, he wouldn't have any chance, and you know what, he gets traded. Now that's opened up, that's on the table right there. So everybody except those 3 players, that's unless Kyrie wants to leave. And you know, he's full of we're within his right to ask that. But yeah, you got this thing is done. They're not a championship team when they was healthy. I think we found that out the first game of the season when our boy Wemby was basically sitting up there playing with little kids. I mean, that ended it. And Wemby's just turned 21. He's not going nowhere. He's not. You're gonna be seeing him for 4 times a year every year. So you got this thing is not going anywhere. The Mavericks, even when they even when Anthony Davis was on the court, they was losing games. It's a 3-8 team. It's one of the worst offensive teams in the league. Defensively, they are defense. They're good defense, but not in clutch situations. We talked about it last night. Facts is that they played good defense for 3 quarters last night, and then gave up 37 in the fourth. And I'm telling you, giving up a 13-point lead midway through the third quarter, and having to rely on PJ Washington to shoot three free throws just to get you back in the game, which we knew he was going to miss because he shoots 67%. I'm not buying the fire Nico chance. Listen, it was so bad for the Mavericks. They wanted to be on the road more than they wanted to be at home. Which was unfortunate. The games were at home the first 25% of this season, so they're not avoiding that. So listen, everything's on the table. Facts. That's the good thing. This thing needs to be about Cooper Flag and Cooper Flag only. I'm not interested in no AD 2-3 year window, no Kyrie 2-3 window. You're not right now. If you put both of those guys on the court, they're still what, the 5th best team in the West. That's not winning you anything. So you got to find a way to get assets and start this rebuild over. Because you're trying to the mistake Nico Harrison made is that he tried to rebuild a team on the fly with 2 30-year-olds that are injury prone. They're injury. That's just the fact of the matter. They're injury prone. Anthony Davis, since he's been here, has only played 14 games. He's only played 14.
Well, I feel like we play better defensively without AD anyway, and that's crazy.
Oh, you play better offensively without AD because he's a post player. He's a slow back to the basket, but you have to wait on him to throw the ball in. Me and Walt talked about this. It's kind of funny when the Mavericks started playing faster when he was off the floor. I mean, but hey, I don't know. Maybe it's me because maybe it was the calf strain and the being overweight. Like I said, Nick and Sam's got a heck of a. I mean, they saw Anthony Davis and Nick and Sam's, and boy, they was happy as I don't know what when they saw him because the bill they got out there after he left was great. But listen, it's kind of funny. The facts is that I think the thing that sealed Nico's fate was Anthony Davis because the reason why Luke was out of here is because he was overweight coming into training camp and had a calf strain. Well, that's crazy. All this season, AD was overweight and had a calf strain, and that basically bit him in that game when he got injured. So you just traded the same player for an older same player if you want to switch to that category. But I'll let you continue. Back. Go ahead, man.
No, I'm with it with AD, like, because the only 30-year-old on the team I would want to keep is Kyrie. Everybody else could go, honestly, but I just when we played the Wizards Saturday, AD was trying to play. I didn't even know he was trying to play, and they said Dumont said, "No, we're not gonna play him."
I can tell you what that's about right now. Fast God.
They trying to trade that boy.
Trade him.
Yeah, they trying to keep him healthy.
Facts. He was trying one more time to resuscitate, but like I said, Dr. Patrick Dumont said,
we're not gonna have you go out there and get hurt again. We're gonna have you stay healthy so we can trade you.
Sorry, son.
Right.
He's already gone. He's already gone. He's already gone.
I'm just ready for them to build around Coop anyway. After last night, there's no way that
he was crying in the hallway.
Yeah, you gotta build around Coop now, man. Coop showed you last night, like, nigga, I'm the future, man. Like, I'm here. So, like, I'm playing, I'm healthy, I'm here, I'm playing. So, I'm with it. Build around Coop, man.
And that's right. Right, and that's where it needs to be. The moment you draft, you got to get out of jail free card. It should have been no two-time system. That stuff doesn't work. You got to get the build behind your young star, or you go forward with this 3 to 4 year plan. It's like Tim McMahon said on NBA Today. That thing is gone. That thing is dead. Everything's on the table now. Whoever wants to go can go, except Cooper Flag. If Kyrie wants to leave, that's he's got him within his right to the Mavericks because he's been a good steward to see him to wherever he needs to go to give him the best chance of winning. With AD, you just try to find the assets. You just try to find assets that whatever team that can use them. Chicago, Detroit, teams that can use them. If I'm Kyrie, I try to get to Houston. I know Walt talks about San Antonio. I try to get to Houston because Houston got a bunch of I got Houston because Detroit got a bunch of draft picks that you make and get, and a bunch of young players you can build up, add to that timeline of Cooper. I would go that route. Walt's talking about De'Aaron Fox. I ain't mad at that, but you have to start getting players around his timeline, and the players that play the most minutes now, aren't on his timeline. About time that he gets good, them guys are gonna be out the league. So you have no choice but to start this rebuild. You got no choice.
No, for real. So you think if we trade AD, or you think they looking for picks or younger players? Like we trade to Houston
for both.
They are. Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that when the Mavericks did the D'Lo Angelo signing, they became a second tier team. That means now
that may have been
second apron. I mean,
that
second
got Nico
apron
fired right there.
Yeah, that means now you're in the second apron. The Mavericks, so now they have to match salary. They can't take back less than what they got. Right. It's not about picks. Now you got to match money. So you got to take back the same money when you on a second apron. Yeah, that may have been what got Nico fired right there. That you got on the second apron with a guy
who broke the camel's back.
A guy Mavericks basically got put on the second apron with a guy that barely can play. I mean, they started one time and Jason Kidd immediately said we made a mistake. So that may have been the deal that got him gone. So yeah, it's gonna be like I said. It's gonna be for the new gym. Listen, I'm like this. They're gonna have to find a new gym. What's the dude from Toronto? Maj Tariri. What's his name? He's out there. Massage.
Oh no, not him.
Ujiri. He's out there. I'm hearing Bob Myers, but Bob Myers is running a group that manages a lot of teams, and I think the salary he's getting, he's not trying to give that up. Right there. So he's not coming back. He's not coming back. So I think you can get that. I think it's the GM of Toronto, and it may be Dennis Lindsay to lose. I think that's who Mark Cuban is pumping for Dennis Lindsay to come back from Detroit. But they're gonna have to like Walt is right. They have to have a plan. They have to find a GM, a permanent GM, because they got to start the vision of what that GM wants to do. I mean, having Mike Finley off in there, and I forgot the other guy. Those are interim GMs. They're not going to be around when this thing starts. So you gotta. Yeah,
they placeholders.
Yeah, they placeholders. You got to find the guys that can be permanent, and you got to do that quicker. Like I said, this thing if it was me, as soon as Cooper Flag was soon the Mavericks got the number 1 pick, Nico Harrison should be fired right there. It should have been no future favors to bowl or nothing like that. It should have been fired. It should have been fired. Right. That's just me. But the Mavericks waited, and now they got to speed it up in the middle of a season to find a GM because, like I said, guys, GMs, assistant GMs already have jobs. They're already on teams. But that's probably where the Mavericks are looking.
If you don't mind, can I talk to Facts guy real quick? I just want to lay this out for Facts real quick. Facts, let me ask you.
I'm so hurt.
Yeah. As we have Boys to Man, End of the Road playing in the background. If I told you a GM came in and took a team to the Western Conference Finals with his moves, and then a year or two later they went to the NBA Finals, do you think said GM should be fired?
No. Nah. Like I said, I was one of the ones that was with Nico. Like in Nico we trust. Like I when he traded Luka, I promise you, I wasn't one of the ones like, oh man, he traded Luka. This. I saw how Luka came into the season. We just lost the finals. As the best player on the team, you didn't come back like, damn, we just went to the finals. I gotta go in the gym. I gotta lock in. And you know, you came in the same way you came in your rookie year, and you got traded. And it's sad that it had to happen, but getting traded is what made Luka get in shape. And it's crazy. Like, why couldn't you just get in shape here? But you know, that's just how shit goes sometimes.
All right, Facts Guy, man. Thank you for joining us.
So
we got
hurt.
another caller coming in. We got another caller coming in.
Facts
This
Guy, we
is somebody
appreciate you, man.
I definitely
y'all.
want to
We appreciate you, man. Facts, we appreciate you, man. I'm so hurt, man. Look, stay strong, Facts. Stay strong, man. It'll be all right.
Yes, sir, y'all too.
It'll be all right.
Facts, we'll see you tomorrow night, man. When the Mavs take on, who we playing tomorrow night? I don't even know who we playing tomorrow night.
The Phoenix Suns.
Oh, the Suns. Okay.
Yep, Devin
Yeah,
Booker,
yeah,
he's in his own funeral. Shout out to Bad Bunny.
All right, y'all.
All right, thanks, Facts. This next person here, she has been the leader of the Fire Nico campaign. I mean, oh my God. I mean, she's been on Channel 8, 4, 5. I mean, you name it. She's been up and down. She's at Victory Plaza when Luka got traded, and she did not hold her tongue when about anything. She's been wanting Nico fired for a while now. And now we have her here on the show. We have Miss Deborah Welch joining us. Miss Deborah, are you in that RV?
I am in the RV. I'm in Colorado right now.
Oh, I was getting ready to say, did you go pick Nico? Did you personally pick Nico up and drive him across the
I
country?
didn't. I sent over the moving truck though. Go get him.
We have Miss Deborah here, and Miss Deborah is at the forefront of the Fire Nico campaign. And I got to ask you, how did you feel after you got the word that Nico was fired today?
Relieved.
Oh, no.
For sure. Yeah, man. Like this is a really big deal. And I mean, right away, like as soon as it happened, I started getting DMs and everything. But the most significant thing that happened today is I actually had two different fans. One of them video called me and it was awesome. We were crying, we were laughing. It was great. And then I had someone who sent me.
I was too, Miss Deborah. I was too.
No,
Oh, everybody was, right? Yeah, because it's actually kind of, it's bittersweet though, isn't it? I mean, we're happy, but at the same time, we're like, you know, it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks.
But yeah, I had somebody, they left me a voice. I'm going to do a video with the voicemail that they left me. It's awesome because this trade affected so many people so deeply. And that's what we were upset about, you know? He gave away our heart. You know, now it's over. Now it's time to move on. I say, let's go. Let's move on.
When are you going to be back?
Yeah.
When do you come back?
Wednesday.
About two.
And I think were you not going to any games until Nico was fired? Is that what I'm understanding?
Pretty well. No, I would go. And only time I would go. I'm not buying tickets from the organization,
Okay,
but
that's
I
what it
will
was.
buy tickets from individual fans and through StubHub through resale only. So I have somebody that I'm hooking up with that I'll probably buy a couple of sets of tickets from them when I get back. But it'd be like less than 2 weeks. I'll be back, and then, you know, I'll probably attend a couple of games at least. Are y'all gonna go?
I'm boycotting.
It's too soon, Miss
Until
Deborah.
Nico's back. Until Nico's
It's
back,
too soon, Miss
I'm just
Deborah.
kidding.
It's too soon.
I'm just kidding.
Too soon.
I'm just kidding.
It's too soon. It's too soon.
I mean,
Too
I'm
much.
actually gonna go.
Too much. I'm too tender right now.
I'm going to the
Miss
Lakers
Deborah. I'm
game.
too tender
I'm
right
gonna go to the
now.
Lakers game. That's
Yeah,
what I'm gonna go to the
I'm
Lakers.
actually working on going to the February 12th game in LA.
Okay.
So I'm really hoping to do that. I'm just in the early stages
So
of
you
making
doing the dirt?
plans.
Just go Luka games in Los Angeles now. Just go play
Man.
games. That's what Dirk Nowitzki's doing.
You know, poor Dirk, man. And all he wanted was just like to go out gracefully and like, yeah, be hang with the
Yeah, he looked
organization.
pretty on
and-
last Friday. He looked pretty about the Mavericks.
Poor Cooper, that poor guy. And did you see the mother tweeted about it and stuff? Holy moly.
What did she say?
Oh, she was all like, it's not great that they're like doing chants of Fire Nico. She didn't like that at all. You'll have to look that one up. That's pretty good. Cooper Flag's mom chimed in.
Yeah, she's probably not happy because Nico gave her son a chance, so that's what she's probably not happy about.
I mean, she's
new.
She's new to the game. Yeah, it's not easy, and they're gonna. I mean, rookies are rookies, and they have rookie years, and it's gonna be tough for him, But I think now, hopefully, everybody will kind of get going with this and move on. I know they still got problems with Patrick Dumont and all that stuff, but they're billionaires, and billionaires are going to do what billionaires do.
So how do you feel about Dumont now that he's fired Nico? Do you feel like they fired Nico because of public outcry?
Oh yeah. I definitely think that we had an impact, and I think they saw that it just wasn't going to die down. And with every loss, man, those chants got louder, and it got to a point where I didn't have to say nothing at all. There for a few videos. I was like, all right, just y'all go off, whatever. It's I've never been a huge fan of the organization in general. I was never a huge Mark Cuban fan. I was always quite vocal about him. And these people, I just don't care about them because I don't feel like they really care about us. But what I care about is the fans, and I care about the players, and I just want everybody to have a good experience. And I kind of think with this Nico thing, we just put it behind us and move forward. The organization's the organization. We have to decide what kind of experience we want to go with. And a lot of people are deeply connected with their families, and going to games. It's what they do. And I don't think that we should take that away from them, I don't know. I'm kind of sentimental about the whole thing.
We're definitely glad you joined us. We definitely had to get you on tonight because I know that you actually, it's funny because as soon as me and you messaged earlier, like 5 minutes later, your video came up of somebody asked you, how did you feel about the trade? And you went in. At Victory Plaza.
Oh, right. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I practiced that speech a little bit. I was coming back from Florida and listening to the Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire with my Audible book in my ear while I was driving this big ass RV. And I practiced that speech a little bit because that's what it is, that it's a circus, and they took our bread. They took it. Luka was the bread.
Yeah, yes he was. Yes he was. Yes he was. But Miss Deborah, I want to ask you one quick question.
Go for it.
Will your love for the Mavericks come back? Because I'm hearing a lot of people saying it won't truly come back until until Patrick Dumont sells the team, the new ownership sells the team.
I've always said I'm still a fan, always been a fan. My love for them has definitely changed because I put so much energy and time into it, and now I'm not going to do that. It might come back in a few years. I don't know. That probably depends on what my situation is. I don't know. I'm just glad he's gone.
No.
I feel like we can move on now.
Yeah. Better move on. Hope also quickly. It's gonna be interesting on Wednesday. It's gonna be interesting what the vibe is in the arena tomorrow night.
I think it'll be pretty good. I'll bet he gets a standing ovation when he comes into the arena. Yeah, I think a lot of people
apologize to him for flipping him off. So
I love that. I saw that. That's so fucking funny. I'm sorry. Oh
yeah. I mean, if you want to know the reason why, Nico Harrison is probably fired, it may be because of that kid. All right,
I love that kid.
He was basically letting Patrick Dumont hear about it. But the reason why and why he made a mistake, and Patrick Dumont basically admitted to it. Yeah, I kind of made a mistake there.
I'll tell you who I give some credit to is Isaac from Locked On Mavs. I watched their show the other night, and man, that dude, it's like he's been waiting 9 months just to talk about it. Like, it was awesome. And I think they had a hand in getting this solidified.
Yeah, him, Jeffrey Cooperstein, Chuck Cooperstein's boy,
Me
Tim
and Coop.
Kalishaw put a head out ad
Oh
on
my
him.
God!
Oh.
You know, Tim. This is how bad it's gotten to. When you talk about Tim Kalishaw, I just have to be like, this is how bad it's become.
Listen, Tim McMahon doing hit podcast on him about him. It was all over. It was all over.
It's what a time to be alive, man. We've witnessed sports history. Period. It's incredible.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We have no more seats at the table. Unfortunately,
That's it.
Nico.
In a few minutes, we're gonna have Gavin Dawson on from 105.3 The Fan, another pioneer like yourself who has been leading the way on his broadcast on the G-Bag Nation. He's also has been leading a smear campaign of fire. He actually started up this yesterday or Friday it was maybe to fire. Go ahead and fire Nico, just like yourself. He's a pioneer in the Fire Nico campaign.
Yeah, there were some of them that couldn't talk about it, up until this point, because I think they were afraid of the organization. I mean,
yeah,
they're afraid of getting thrown out of the building.
There you go.
Yeah. I noticed that Chris Arnold was on radio this morning when he got fired, and I noticed he wasn't saying a whole lot. He was very, 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 very selective with his words. Very quiet.
Oh yeah, they're still walking that line, man.
Nico's not there no more.
That's right. You can talk away now.
Nico on fire. We know that.
Man, I think all them employees are going to have to go through some kind of therapy for the last 9 months and not being able to talk about this.
Miss Deborah, I wonder how many tell-all books gonna come out of this.
Oh, I can't wait for the Netflix 6-part series.
You know what, Miss Deborah? I was wondering this earlier. Do you think they made Nico sign an NDA before he left?
Oh yeah, right? Yeah, because I mean, Patrick Dumont knew. They all knew. Nothing happened without any Patrick Dumont giving the okay. But I don't know that he really knew exactly what he was giving his okay to. I think he thought he was going to save a lot of money, and that's all he really cared about. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. He didn't know because he actually thought Shaquille O'Neal was in shape all those years he's with the Lakers.
Oh my God.
God damn.
Kobe, how my ass taste. I love Shaq. I love that guy. I don't care. He's funny.
Well, Ms. Deborah, thank you for joining us, and I guess hats off to you and a job well done. As you spoke loud.
My job is done. It's over.
In Victory Plaza, I haven't seen you on the jumbotron with the blue hair in a while. Maybe we could get that going again now that Nico is gone.
Hell no, blue hair is gone. That's a whole different era.
Oh no,
yeah,
the end of an era.
That's it. Oh yeah, no more blue hair. Yeah, I'm growing it out right now. I'm going all gray.
Wait a minute here.
My goodness. Nico made that movement. Nico.
Kendrick, we didn't know this was going to happen. We didn't know that we were going to be breaking news here on the broadcast, but we have just learned from Ms. Deborah Welch that I mean, you see this lady, she's jamming, she's slamming and jamming in the audience, and she's got the blue hair, but it seems that Ms. Deborah Welch is announcing the retirement
Absolutely.
of the blue haircut. It is no longer
over.
back.
Over.
Yeah. From now we're gonna see Miss Deborah's true roots.
Makes that gray. That's all. It's all gray.
Okay.
That's all right.
And what brought the retirement on? How do we get to the retirement?
I wasn't feeling it, man. It was for the Jumbotron and it was for the Mavs and it was to hype everybody up, and they took that away from us, and I didn't feel like I wanted to be a part of that anymore. Well, I had someone today troll me on my page and call me saying I'm trying to be a Mavs influencer, and I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like cursing and yelling at everybody. They ain't gonna pay me a time of day. They certainly ain't gonna give me any money.
Yeah, well, okay, and so
they barely didn't want to give you money back for your season tickets.
I don't make any money doing this. This is just me. Not an
So,
influencer.
So 2025, the blue hair is gone. I mean, you were a staple at the AAC. You and the old lady that waves the
Mom. Yeah, that's my
that
competition.
that just waves the towel, whatever. You two are definitely a staple on the jumbotron whenever that
Yeah,
music
but that's
comes
it.
on.
And I've had a lot of people ask me about it and stuff, like, because I went to that Theater 3, had this Shakespearean type play about the trade, which was awesome, in Uptown recently. And I had people ask me right after the play, they were like, "Are you that lady with the blue hair?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why'd
Yeah.
you change your
See?
hair?" And I'm like,
See?
"Yeah, I was." There, you can Google search like blue haired fan Dallas Mavericks, and there's a way I can type it and it'll come up. My picture will come up, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, it's over. You know, it'll never be the same. It'll never be what it
Wow.
was.
Wow, what a great
Ever.
run.
It
What a
was. It was
great
fun. I was
It
the
was-
go-to. So like whenever they couldn't get people like to do stuff on camera, you would see our camera turn, and then they would find me, and I always knew when they were going to go to me. But in 2023, I was banned for the whole season because I talked about Mark Cuban over there on Twitter.
Well, Miss
It
Deborah,
was not
Miss
good.
Deborah, you can say this. At least, Miss Deborah, you can say this. At least that run of hair, blue hair, lasted longer than Nico Harris's job. But
That's right, it did.
So before we let you go, let's talk more. Now, what happened? Now, what did you do? Call Mark Cuban out, and he had you banned from the AAC?
I don't know that it was him specifically, but I
Oh, it
just
had to
know
be.
that
It had
they
to
did
be.
not
He had
put
to
me
say
on
word.
camera. That's my
Oh, they didn't
guess.
put
Let me
you-
say it like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had talked out and I had spoken against the organization and stuff, and you know, it's whatever. I mean, if they can't handle a little criticism, then I don't know. But you know, it's just stuff that goes on behind the scenes. They always say once you see behind the scenes, you don't want no part of it. You know, I saw it, I could feel it, and you know when they're looking at you, you got the camera on you, and then they turn. You know they're going to put you on, and then they don't, and you go, what is going on? And then I actually met somebody that I know from behind the scenes, and they were like, "Yeah, you're not getting on." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I had to kind of lift on my own to decide what it was, and that was the only thing I could think of that might have caused them to ban me. It's just because I was too vocal. Yeah, I'm kind of a jerk sometimes. Okay. What can I tell
you're
you?
not a jerk, Miss Deborah. You're a loyal Dallas Maverick fan. You bought in. You're MFFL. That's right.
I am. And if people are always like, "Oh, you're not a fan anymore," I'm like, "Well, just because I don't have season tickets doesn't mean I'm not a fan." I mean, when did that happen? Does that mean if nobody has season tickets, you're not a fan? That doesn't even make sense. I'm still here out supporting the fans. My fandom is, it's shaky, obviously, and yeah, I'm still looking at the Luka games and stuff, and hell, when I can find the game on TV. I mean, God, y'all, it's been hard to find when you're on the road, and I'm like, I don't want to pay $100 and whatever for league pass.
Oh yeah, there was some people upset and had to pay $100 something for league pass to watch Luka Doncic.
It's ridiculous. And then half the time you can't even get the game you want because you're in that area and it's not blacked out. It's blacked out, or they're playing it on NBA or ESPN. And God, if you don't have Hulu or Amazon Prime.
Well, no fears, Miss Deborah. As long as the Lakers keep winning, they're going to put them on TV. So you'll get a chance to see Luka a lot.
You're right.
As far as the Mavericks, you can see them on KFAA with the way the season's going. They're going to be on Channel 29 for a long, long time.
Yeah, I can't see that here in Colorado.
Because now that TNT is not around, like it's getting weird. Like to go find games to watch TV. Like I have to get on Peacock to watch games now, and it's like if I'm not flipping through the channel and don't see NBA on, like I'm not going to watch it. But Adam Silver doesn't care because he says the NBA is a highlight league now. So basically, if you want to, he really doesn't even care if you ever see it on national television again.
I mean, I'm watching the highlights on YouTube right now from the NBA.com.
He says everything's highlight now.
Yeah.
Well, you can't even watch WFAA on YouTube Live right now. I can't even catch it if it's on WFAA.
So and Mark Cuban was trying to put out there that he says the NBA needs to find a way to get it on social media, put the games on social media to be monetized. Figure that out how they can monetize it, because people will watch games on social media than they will on the television.
Absolutely, I would. Absolutely.
He says NBA is missing out on a whole lot of money if they would just get the games on social media, because they were showing NFL games on social media at one point.
You know, if only he, you know, was more involved with the team and I don't know, owned it, you know, and maybe we wouldn't have to worry about his ass. You know, he's also full of good ideas now, isn't he?
Yeah, until he had that bad one.
Yeah, but he was trying to pitch that one.
unreal.
He was trying to pitch that one before he got out. He was trying to pitch that one before he got out. He was making that number before he left. That the
I
NBA
know.
needs.
Well, I mean, he was broadcast.com. He always saw the future, and you know, yeah. I mean, honest, that's awesome. I don't know, man. I'm really ticked off at him for selling the team.
The thing with him is he had to sell because he couldn't afford to pay Luka. He don't. I love Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban's my guy, but Mark Cuban doesn't have millions of dollars to go into the luxury tax to play a team that
totally. You know. Yeah, no, I agree.
Remember, the day of the millionaire is over with. It's the billionaire game now.
It's a billionaire game. That's right.
You can't be a millionaire on a team anymore in any sport now. You got to be a billionaire. That's why you're seeing these guys sell these teams to these big old groups with 5 people now instead of one person being able to maintain it. Unless
it's all corporate now too.
Yeah, and you know, unless you're my guy Jerry Jones, where you got, you know, you worth 11, 12 billion. You know, you don't need any help to get anything done. You can do everything yourself.
He
stole a lot of jerseys
for a lot of years. Yeah, he stole a lot of money for a lot of years. He stole a lot of money from a lot of years.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Hey man. He's making a lot of money off that arena. He's making a lot of money off that stadium. I mean, that was the best deal he ever made. That's the only time
What do y'all think? What do you think the Mavs are going to do in 2031? What do you think? You think they're going to move? You think they're going to try to stay there?
Oh yeah, they're moving down over here in Irving.
You think that's? I think so too.
What the old Texas Stadium is probably where the site's going to be at, the old Texas Stadium.
Yep.
Yeah, and
I kind of think that too.
And as far as gambling getting legalized, it's probably going to happen, or they'll find some way to zone it off to where if you're in that area, you can only gamble. They're going to find some way to get it done because
geofence it or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it or whatever, but a couple weeks ago when Donald Trump was signing that peace deal with what was it, Garza or whatever, I can't remember who it was. And Miriam Adelson was sitting in the front row. He had her stand up, and he was just giving her all kind of praise. And and when I seen that, I said, "Oh, we gonna get gambling legalized right there." He stood 10 toes down on her, telling her what type of great person she was, and she was this. And she was that.
Well, they tried to. Well, if they were going to do that, though, they probably would have got it on the books this year. Now they got to wait 2 more years.
Don't worry about it. When Donald Trump is when she needs it done. She's gonna call him, and he's gonna get it. He's going to get it done.
He'll probably call Abbott, and they'll all do the deal. You're right. I mean, they probably will.
Abbott is trying to campaign to get re-voted in to be governor again, and that's what's gonna be his selling point. If you make me governor, I'm gonna make gambling legalized here in Texas.
Let's roll.
That's what we're gonna. He probably gonna tell people, I'll get your marijuana legalized, and I'll get your gambling here in Texas. But you just vote me back, I'll get it for you.
You'll love that once you want to.
Well, of course I will. I mean, I need my medicine.
Me too, man. Me too.
I need my medicine.
It's incredible.
You gotta try that medicine. It's pretty good for me.
I'm okay.
All right, Ms. Deborah. Well, thank you for joining us, and you have a good night. And we want to tip our
hats
to you for doing what you do, and we'll see you down at the AAC.
Yeah, God bless Miss Deborah. Stay strong.
Have a good night.
Stay strong.
I will.
All right, Miss Deborah.
Bye.
Bye.
Kendrick. Facts God says, why Kendrick looking like he's like a stressed pastor, but who lost churches on DraftKings?
Because probably facts, I probably did. I did. Oh, it's been a rough day, man. It's been a rough day.
No, it's not.
Man, yeah.
No, it's not.
It's been a rough day. You know, I'm glad to be able to communicate with the people. You know, You know, get you laughing. You don't think about what has happened today. You know, we lost a pioneer, but you know, we get through it together. We get through it together. We got any more? We got any more? Any more?
Yeah, we got we are on standby for the General Gavin Dawson here in a second. A man who is also a leader.
Come on, man. Don't do that. Leader, come on, man. Don't do that.
Well, he's at the forefront.
Oh, well, he may accept that forefront. That he may accept that right there. What you talking about? Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, he will, because he was definitely vocal about having Nico getting fired. I think that was Monday on his broadcast. And he's gotten what he wanted. I've talked to him, you know, when it happened. I initially blamed him. I said, you know,
wow, blame him for a man that thinks Drew Holiday is on the same talent tier as Joker. Yeah. Let's see. I'm reading here. Yeah, man. Shout out to Gina Miller. Her first duties as Dallas Mavericks chief communications officers is announcing Nico Harris's departure. That was her first.
What a job to come in and do.
Shout out to Gina Miller. She basically delivered. She basically delivered last rites. She basically delivered last rites. For Nico Harris. Wow, what a way to jump into it.
Facts God says, long live Nico. Yeah, facts, I know.
Yeah, why you got those skulls on there? Why you got those skulls? Oh man. If anybody wants to know,
just tuning in.
go ahead, Walt.
Oh, I was saying, if you're just tuning in, we are talking about the firing of one Nico Harrison by the Dallas Mavericks today. Kendrick is all excited about it. I'm not understanding of it. I just don't understand why you. Okay, here, and I said this last night. I'm okay with the firing if you tell me you have a plan. If you tell me you have a plan, I'm okay with the firing. But if you don't have a plan, then I don't understand this.
Yeah, the plan is we're not going with the 3-year plan. That thing's done. I think the plan is the plan is they're moving forward with Cooper. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. I think this has now become Cooper Flagg's team. I think DeMont was a firsthand right there looking at the future of the Dallas Mavericks, seeing how great Cooper Flagg played and just thought, hey man, we need to go ahead and make this about him. I mean, listen, Anthony Davis, he's not even. Anthony Davis was taught it when we traded that he was one of the best big man, if not Bob Nico Harris, the best big man in the NBA. Knew that was a lie, but he's not even the best big man in the division. We know that's Wemby. So if you're not the best big man in the division, he's not even the second best big man in his division. That goes to Sengun. So he's the third. So you traded for an older player who's the third best power forward in his own division. That was strike one for him. The fact that Anthony Davis came in out of shape and with a calf strain didn't help Nico Harrison also, who said the reason why we got to have guys in shape, and the guy you traded for was out of shape. Nick Sam says hello. And thirdly, the fact that listen, the fan base was done. We talked about the sellout streak ending last week on, or what was it, October 29th, the sellout streak ended. And we showed it last night. The top bowl was empty. It was empty last night. And nobody was coming. Nobody was buying in. And that's with Cooper Flagg in the building. And it was a bad people talking about Kevin Grell, Nick Van. It was just a toxic. You had to eliminate it. You had to eliminate. It was too toxic. And like I said, you can say what you want, but the fan base is gonna get what they want because the fan base pays money. And if the fan base stops paying money, then one thing about a billionaire, you talk about billionaires. One thing that's gonna raise a billionaire's eyebrow is if it hits him in his pocket. If the bottom line ain't the bottom line and his money starts missing, he's going. And as soon as you start, the sellout streak ended. It wasn't too long, Nick. It wasn't too long.
Oh my God, that sellout streak was created by Mark Cuban.
I'm just saying that. I'm just delivering what the folks. As soon as the sellout streak ended, Patrick Dumont wasn't too long on the plane back up here, and then the thing was. I got one more thing also to say. Well, I don't know if this is real or not. This is by Mavs Digest. This is a, I guess you want to call a homecoming, a home going. The MFL rally at the AAC Saturday 12 p.m. at the American Airlines Center celebrate a new chapter in Mavs history. The Nico Harrison era has officially come to an end, and it's time for Dallas to come together and cheer loud and look forward to the future of our Mavericks. What's happening? Free drinks, snacks, for fans in blue and white, charity fundraisers. Every donation supports your local youth basketball programs across DFW. Bring your jerseys, bring your energy, and let's make the AAC echo with MFL pride as we toast to better days and brighter leadership for the Dallas Mavericks. So there you go. There you go, man. Rally time.
Mavs Digest is a weirdo. That's from coming from facts, guys. You do with that information whatever it is you want.
Yeah, he is.
I just don't subscribe. And you know what? The Rangers just did this. And this isn't just a Dallas thing. This is a thing around the league. Like, it's definitely become a "what have you done for me lately" type thing. It's like the Rangers just won the World Series, and then a year or two later, they've gotten rid of Bruce Bochy. You know, you see it all around sports, pretty much here. But God, joining us live now is we just had a female pioneer on who's been the forefront of the Fire Nico campaign. Now we have the male perspective of the Fire Nico campaign, and you can hear this campaign every day on 105.3 The Fan. And I think he spoke on it Monday, and I'll be damned by Tuesday. That tells you kind of power a man has when you can speak on something on a Monday night or a Monday afternoon, and by Tuesday morning, a guy gets fired. But join us live right now from 105.3 The Fan, the General Gavin Dawson, G-Back Nation, every day 2 to 7. General, do we have you?
Man, you do. You sound good. You look good. How we doing, guys?
I'm struggling, Gavin. I'm struggling right now.
No, he's not. It
hits me every 15 minutes. You know, I try to get past, and then all of a sudden I think back, and it just hits me all the time.
What, the fact they were in the finals 16 months ago?
Yeah, that too. That too.
How did we get here?
It was in the finals 16 months ago, and now we're in a rebuild. Now we're in a blazing tear down rebuild. Yeah.
It's
new
sad.
general manager, new vision, new everything. Yeah. All right, GD. Go ahead, Walt. I was gonna lead him into it. Go ahead.
You know what? Go ahead. I'll get to the general in a second. Go ahead. We'll have it out in a second. Just go ahead.
All right, GD. What was your? We know you wasn't the biggest Nico Harrison fan. What was your? First off, what was your thoughts when the moment came down that one Nico Harrison was getting fired, and also what did you feel that is the Mavericks' next move after the Nico Harrison fire? I'll leave it to you. Go ahead.
You know, I was relieved when I got the news that it happened because I felt so strongly starting last week that it was going to happen. But then, you know, when we got out of last night and into this morning and it hadn't broken, but about an hour before Broadus texted me actually, and it's crazy how much of an insider Broadus is in football. But he's got sources all over, and he said, "Man, I'm hearing this is going to happen at 10 a.m." And about 30 minutes later, Shams tweeted that it was going to happen at 10 a.m. So I was like, "Okay, wow, this is great." It was a relief. I was worried that if they did start winning some games that they would justify, let's stick around till Kyrie Irving. But just exuberance. I think relief, maybe some sadness because of what's transpired since last February here is just almost unbelievable. And it's a time to reflect on where they were and where they are now. And that's just not a fun place to be as a sports fan. But after Nico, I think it gives them a chance now to seriously do the right thing, which is to tear this thing down, tank, take advantage of the 2026 draft class, which could very well be historic, get multiple first-round picks, put a bunch of guys 19 to 21 years old around Cooper Flag, and let this all grow up together like the OKC Thunder. So I'm excited about that possibility. Not as excited as I would have been about Luka trying to get into the finals over the next 6 or 7 years of his prime. But I think that's a pretty good place, I think, for Mavs fans to pick this thing back up. And, what's next is that teardown. It's my belief that Nico would not have been willing to move off of Anthony Davis because of how massively he overrated him. He thought apparently he was MVP quality. You trade the guy for Luka. Or you trade Luka for him. I just think it speaks to a really inflated perspective, a naive perspective that we probably should have expected from a guy who is really a shoe executive and got dropped into this job and was doing a pretty good job. But once you trade Luka for AD, I think his ego would have pushed every Mavericks team decision through the lens of I gotta get this right, and I gotta pay off and try to put us into a championship. And that I think at this point, immediately after trading for AD, I was willing to give it a shot. But at this point, with the injuries that have piled up and the horrible job that I think Nico did in the offseason trying to put enough playmakers around their bigs, that it was just it needed to happen for us to hit rock bottom and have a chance to move it forward.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay, so I want to speak to that a little bit. Okay, now if Nico is guilty of one thing, okay, the team that was built was poorly constructed because, and we talked about this on our post-game show just the other day, it feels like they thought that they could just drop Cooper Swag, as I like to call him. Thought they could just drop Cooper Swag in place, and he was just going to make up for Luke and everything was going to be fine. Well, now you watch him play with this team, and it's like, all right, well, he's got to get run. You got to go get runner and gunners to play with Cooper Swag. It can't be nobody who just spots up and shoots or whatever, because Cooper Swag wants to run. As you see, he likes to catch oops, even though Brandon Williams doesn't look up enough when he's running with the basketball to see the Cooper Flag behind him ready to catch oop. But that's neither here nor there. We'll work with Brandon Williams on that later on down the line. The thing that and I told Kendrick this last night when we were doing the post-game show, I don't have a problem with Nico, but what is the plan? What is the plan if you're going to fire Nico? If you're going to fire him, I need to know who's next in line, ready to go. What do we got? Because
and you don't like the Michael Finley-Ricciardi pairing as co-GMs?
Well, let me ask you this, GD.
It's interim. It's an interim. So
yeah, but still,
I don't know if that's the permanent plan. Dennis Lindsey, Rashad, the Toronto general manager name's been out there. If Michael Finley and I forgot the other guy's name, if that's where they're going to go with, then you have to entrust them with the decisions. I don't know. They still have the interim tag on them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's basically saying they're not the permanent. So I don't know. Like, and Walt's right. And that. What's the plan? Where do we go? You have to have a plan. I know right now they have to name Michael Finley and the other guy as interim because they got to have somebody in place. The fact of the matter is, Gavin, I think you're going to agree with.
You wanted to run this thing out and see what happens when everybody gets healthy. Is that what you guys wanted?
I definitely did.
Yeah.
And I kept saying for the past few games, I don't want to see anybody traded until I see Kyrie come back, and we go from there. I need to see what it looks like with Kyrie.
And you know what? I think there was a chance that could end up being really successful. I think you would probably still need another playmaker. Like, I don't know how you went into the summer and only brought back D'Angelo Russell to help this situation. I think that is just another example of like Nico Harrison's naivete about roster construction. Like, this guy really didn't come up as an NBA guy. He was in the corporate world. And I think there were some significant blind spots. And early on, especially when he had Mark Cuban and Dennis Lindsey, I think the moves were better. But this offseason was just a disaster. It was an epic failure of trying to put a team around. Like, even when you get Kyrie back, you still wouldn't have enough ball handlers and shot creators. We saw what happened with Kyrie Irving against teams with length that were capable of defending on the perimeter when we got to the playoffs. There were a couple of series that should have exposed that. But Nico was like, no, and instead of doing that, I want to try to play this guy 40 minutes a night and chase a playoff situation. Like, immediately after trading Luka, you should have then made another trade with Gafford or Lively to bring in another creator on the perimeter. So I think there were significant blind spots. I'm not going to say it wouldn't have worked, but the chances of it working with Kyrie coming back from an ACL, Anthony Davis at his age, like, it's just screaming for tear this thing down and rebuild and get on Cooper Flagg's timeline. And yeah, Cooper Flagg is not a point guard. He is a guy that must play, I think, off ball or at best in pick and roll and then catch and attack. So if you want to use a young dynamic athlete who can score, then you can. He could be a big part of it, but it's got to almost be as like a third piece of the offense that catches the defense when they're already worked out of position by a true creator. Let me throw this at you guys, because I think this is what's really going on with the Mavericks, and maybe why we will not ever see a strong GM again around this basketball team. Do you remember when Jason Kidd was with the Milwaukee Bucks and tried to do a hostile takeover of the front office so he could effectively be coach and GM? And then he ends up going to, that was with the Brooklyn Nets. He ends up leaving there to go to the Milwaukee Bucks.
That was Brooklyn.
This is a Jason Kidd show now. That's what I think. I think Jason Kidd, who's very power hungry, has a sharp basketball mind, is a good coach. I think this is going to be him moving to the forefront. And Patrick Dumont has already said he's going to listen to him with personnel decisions. I don't think Kidd was complicit with the Luka trade, and I think he might have.
No, he wasn't.
I think he might have set this team up for failure in the first 10 games to usher the Nico era out. And now Jason, this has been a Game of Thrones. Nico took out Mark Cuban. Now Jason Kidd takes out Nico, and I think he's sitting on the Iron Throne of this basketball club.
Okay, so could you tell Gavin, what was that you observed the next day when we were in Cleveland and they had that press conference about Jason Kidd? You were researching.
From what I'm hearing is that Jason Kidd. Listen, when the trade was made, what I was told is that it was a lot of players I need a day. They just need they had an afternoon game against Cleveland. It was an important game. It was a big game because the Mavericks was in a little struggle and they was competing in the West. But Kyrie, Gafford, Lively, PJ, all were questionable, and they all was. And then they were out. And for what I was told is that Jason Kidd had to basically be talked off the ledge from not leaving the team right then. He was caught off. Everybody was caught. This was basically Nico's baby. He went and did this, and then all of a sudden he told the team, "Hey, I've done this, and you guys got to deal with it." And from what I'm hearing, even this season, I don't know what it was. I think it was the Washington Wizards loss. Is that Jason Kidd was with a family member saying, "I don't know how long I can do this." It was a struggle, but we know how much Jason Kidd, he wants control. And when he, like you say, when he doesn't have control over a certain situation, he gets 10. Remember, it's no shock that Gavin and Walt the Knicks were courting Jason Kidd, and Jason Kidd was listening. You know why? Because usually when a team is all in on a head coach, and you hear something like, you automatically re-sign him, like they did in Houston, like they did in Minnesota with their coach. You don't wait till almost the whole summer and then give him an extension right before the season. That means that's some turmoil in there, at least in my brain. That's because if you're bought in, then you go extend him now. It's the fact that that tells me Jason Kidd was listening to the Knicks. He was intrigued with the Knicks, with the Knicks job. And so that led me to say, hey. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, Kendrick, that's good stuff. I'm listening to you, man. I appreciate that. Those insider reports there. That's really good perspective on.
He's got leaks and moles all over that Maverick organization. You might want to listen to this guy. I mean, he did a whole smear campaign on. He did a whole smear campaign on Kyrie last year.
I did a whole smear campaign.
I didn't know where it came from. He's got.
I like Kyrie. I didn't do the smear campaign. You keep saying that. I like Kyrie.
I don't know how you got all the information on Kyrie Irving last year. I don't know where it came from. I didn't even.
I love it, man. I'm a big Kendrick fan, but I was surprised when Kidd ended up signing the extension. I was like, man, I would want off the sinking ship, but could it have gone all summer where he was talking to Patrick Dumont like, bro, I don't want to work for Nico. I don't trust Nico. And Nico's like, man, just trust me. Look, or Dumont's like, trust me, we're gonna ride this thing out. And Jason Kidd's clever. Like, remember the story when he got the head coaching job about all the mind games in Milwaukee that he was playing with Giannis to try to get the most out of him. And people were saying Jason Kidd will mind bleep you. Like, this guy will go into the lab and come up with a plan to accomplish what he wants ultimately to be the end goal. And, shoot, I mean, this is all speculation, but I think the pieces add up in my mind.
We got somebody said, Fact God said, this is the third time I've heard that about what Kendrick was saying. So there's some weight to what, some weight and some water to what Kendrick is saying here.
Yeah, and it could have been, Gavin's could be right. It could have been that time that the Knicks thing came up, and then when he actually got extended before, it could have been him going to Nico. It could have been not Nico. It could have been going to Patrick Dumont. Hey, I will do this. I will sign the extension if I do a hit. If this thing any signs of turmoil, we get this guy up out of here, and I get a little bit more control. Because remember, we always heard about Nico Harrison having the control. Everything ran through him. He said he was talking about it and certain things about him having control and Patrick Dumont not knowing a lot about what's going on of what basketball, and you have to listen to him, Patrick. And basically, he was the go-to. He was basically the de facto owner, owner of the team, not in money-wise, but as far as making decisions-wise. So.
Complete control. Yeah, I could definitely see Jason Kidd in that situation say, hey, I really don't want to be here. I don't want to do this extension and just playing out all summer. And before the season starts, Kidd's like, okay, listen to me. And then if this season starts bad, we're going to do something new, right? And then watch me go make sure the season starts bad. Everything I'd heard was that it was Jason Kidd's idea to start Cooper Flag. That's the worst basketball idea he's ever come up with.
Yeah.
If it's purely basketball,
he's not
that's
a point guard.
Yeah, but I'm starting to feel like Dumont and Kidd had a conversation. It's like, just wait, just give me a minute. Nico's gonna be out and you're gonna be in. That's what that money was about. It's like, don't worry about it. I got you. He's gonna be out and I got you. You're gonna be in.
Either we're gonna win and I will listen to you. I won't let him trade anybody without your permission again, or we lose and we'll see what happens. We'll see how the fans are reacting. I think the fans had a big say in this thing as well. Salute to you guys.
Well, of course you did too, sir. I mean, you're on 1,000 watts all over the Metroplex, and your voice.
I just wanted to magnify it. I wanted to put as big of a mouthpiece on it as possible, just to put it out in the ether. To create the possibility that if Dumont or anybody in charge is tuning in, they are going to hear the afternoon drive guy on your home of the Cowboys, home of the Rangers, cranking that out every 45 minutes. We got to do this now. I was just trying to do my small part. I think the fans' reaction and everything they did at AAC is much more important. I was just trying to contribute in any way I could.
You and Miss Deborah Welch, we just had on before you got on the. She's a very known Mavs fan. She's always on the jumbotron with the blue hair. She has been anxiously pushing for the organization to fire Nico. She was she's been on channel 4, 5, 8, all of them with interviews about getting Nico fired here. So you two definitely did a job. But somebody, Chicken just asked, do you think Dirk steps into the front office role? Absolutely not.
No, he's not. Now, could he be like an advisor? That's what he kind of was.
I don't think Dirk wants to in
later part, but
not in charge.
Former conference, bro. I don't think like that.
I
No, I don't
Dirk
think
wants to
I don't think
be-
anybody that's paid
No, I
attention
don't
to,
think so.
to Dirk's interviews over the years would get the feeling that he wants to go commit to a 60-hour work week running a basketball team. I like what Kendrick said. Like maybe if you want to call Dirk once a month and talk to him about basketball for 30 minutes, he's more than willing to give you his ideas, maybe even pro bono. But you know, Dirk doesn't have like that desire to go conquer. You know, I think he's got a desire to be a family man and take life as it comes.
Amazon is good enough for him right now. Amazon is exactly what he wants. Come in, work a few days, and go home. That's exactly what he's looking for. So now, me and Kendrick had this argument last night. You know, about trading Luka for Anthony Davis, and I keep saying that trade was not about Anthony Davis, though. That trade was about to me, it's about Cooper Flagg, because I felt like if you took anything back in that trade, like Austin Reeves and guys like that, you wouldn't have been in position to you wouldn't have been bad enough to be in a position to get Cooper Flagg in the draft this year.
Okay. Oh,
I mean,
okay. Let me stop. Gavin, before you start, let me stop you there. Let me stop. Let me stop. Stop, please. I'm begging you, stop. Hindsight is the devil's nectar. All right, it's the hindsight. You didn't know when you the Luka. I'm sorry. Hold on, Gavin. When did the Luka trade happen? I want you to just answer me that question.
We were Gavin was going to the Super Bowl when the trade happened.
What date was?
Yeah,
February 1st. February 1st. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
February 1st. Okay, Gavin. Mm-hmm. When did the lottery happen?
Like June 29th, something like that. June
29th. Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay, Gavin.
Yeah.
Yeah, June, something like that. Okay, Gavin. The Mavericks. Answer me this. Yeah, just yes or no. Were the Mavericks still fighting for a playoff position until the last playing game when they lost to Memphis? Well, is that right or not?
You're 3 for 3.
They fight. Okay.
3 for 3.
So what you're saying, Walt, is crazy. This team was already going. They wasn't thinking about Cooper. Walt, they wasn't thinking about Cooper play. If they would have went, Gavin, ask me, am I right or wrong? If they would have went
wrong
and beat Memphis, if they would have went and beat Memphis, they would not have any ping pong balls, right? Because they were a playoff team, right? So their lottery chances would be 0, right? So they were going for it. The fact of the matter that they lost, and then like Gavin, they had to have that coin flip with the Chicago Bulls for the 10th or 11th spot. Went their way. There was no this fortune favors the bold bull crap Nico was spewing like, oh, we had this plan all along. No, dude, you were trying to get in the playoffs because you were trying to prove a point that, hey, the Luka trade was okay. It was okay that the fact that you rushed Anthony Davis back from high-end surgery or whatever it was, or abdominal issue, back to make that run, right? To make that run, they rushed him back. They even made a bad doctor report with Derek Lively. You remember the Derek Lively injury that they said he was okay, and it's about to play him until they did an X-ray, and they found out he had a broken bone. All right, they were gone. So I don't know what you're talking about, Walt. That they all of a sudden came up with this epiphany that they're going to get Cooper Flagg. They weren't thinking about Cooper Flagg. They were thinking about making a playoff.
In your little timeline there, you left
Come
out.
on, man, you're a better podcaster than that. What are you doing?
You left out 2 key points in your timeline, buddy. What about the Kyrie Irving? What about the Kyrie Irving injury at that point in time? And what about the quote-unquote handshake deal behind the scenes that got you the draft pick between Nico and Adam Silver? You left that part out too. When did that deal go down?
I mean, that's
that goes to the point that the NBA may be rigged, so that's not good for their business. Well, they are. People already think the NBA is rigged. People already think the NBA is rigged, regardless.
Yeah, shout out Terry Rozier.
What am I talking
and
about?
baseball.
Yep.
But what was the first part you said? The Kyrie injury happened because they were going for it. They were going for it. I mean, they were going, and then Kyrie injury happened, and they were still going for it. The thing didn't change. They were still trying to make the playoff,
They
the
were terrible
play-in
after
at
Kyrie
that
got
time.
hurt.
Or get
They were terrible after Kyrie got hurt, though. They were terrible.
They were still They were within one game of making the playoffs. They were still going for it. They weren't thinking about Cooper Flag. No, they had a Gavin, right or wrong, they had a 1.8% chance of getting the number one spot. Ping pong ball, right? 1.8.
1.8%.
Okay. So even in that logic, if they would have got in thinking that nobody thought they was going to get the number one pick. So if you got a Gavin, I'm putting it this way. Which would you rather, if you made a trade like that, which would you rather have? Would you have to have a 1.8 chance of getting a number one pick, or would you try to go for it and get in the playoffs?
I would rather have Luka.
They have to try that. Yeah, you'd rather have it, but in their logic, they're trying to make the playoffs because they got to validate the trade. They have to validate the trade that season.
You nailed it, man.
Gavin, if they wasn't trying, if they wasn't thinking about Cooper Flag, you know why? Because they brought back AD. AD had that abductor injury. They brought him back because they were trying to go for it. They weren't thinking about Cooper Flag.
I think you just jackknife powerbombed the wall.
I'm right. Thank you.
Third circle. He's laying on the concrete underneath the WWE ring. You know, you just can't give credit or blame. You can't give credit or blame to anybody after the fact for something that they did not intend to happen. And that's why I let Mark Cuban off the hook for selling the team. He didn't know all this stuff was going to happen. He didn't know Nico was going to force him out. He didn't know that the Adelsons were going to name the biggest doofus in their family, Patrick Dumont, the governor of the team, that had no freaking clue of what he was doing. Like, Mark Cuban was trying to hand the franchise off to somebody that could actually afford the Luka contract and just surround him with a supporting cast that could win the championship. So I don't give any credit or blame to what happened after the fact to Cuban or Nico. But I really think this trade was mostly about Nico being so offended after spending 20 years in the corporate world where everybody kissed his ass and he could sign the biggest superstars, and guys like Damian Lillard look up to him as the greatest mentor they've ever had for business. And then he steps into this world where Luka is much more laissez-faire and actually didn't like him and wouldn't listen to him. You know, you had to have a workaround to get a message to Luka because Luka wouldn't even listen to Nico. And I think that drove Nico so crazy that ultimately he blew it up. Not unlike Jerry Crumbs Krause with the Bulls in the 90s. He was so damn offended that the Bulls were making fun of him. He blew it up after the second three-peat.
No, you're right, Gavin. There was definitely a big management contest between Nico and Luka. There was a standoff between those two, and at the end of the day, somehow
I don't believe so. I don't believe
there
so.
Was.
I don't believe that was
like you said. Luka wouldn't listen to Kid, and he wouldn't listen to Nico anymore. And they had
you know why? You know why he didn't
Kyrie
listen?
Was the go between the two. Kyrie was having to send messages.
You know why?
Talk to each other.
Because Cuban was gone.
You know why? Because Luka didn't. Yeah, because Luka. Gavin, remember what Luka said? They get rid of every person I like. They basically alienated his whole team off of there. That was there. His whole connect. Remember, this is not America. This is a European player that basically didn't know English. The guys he came in at 18. Those were his guys, and they were all those guys were gone. And it was just him saying, Nico saying, "Well, listen to me. I want you to just listen to me." And Luka didn't trust that. He trusted people that was here when he was 18 all up. It was a family atmosphere to him. That's what he didn't trust the regime. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but to me it wasn't no penis measuring contest. It was that one guy decided to say, "Hey, it's my show. It's my world because I followed Kobe Bryant around for 5 years and I know about basketball now, but I'm a shoe exec. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you because I'm going to trade you." The fact that it wasn't.
And Luke was like, "I ain't listening to you. I'm gonna do what I want to do."
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like,
whoa, Kevin.
Yeah. No, Kevin, I was just gonna make the quick point.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
I think you guys are nailing this thing, but the analogy I wanted to bring in was in this situation, this is like George Pickens, and with the Steelers, he had enough of their bullcrap of them trying to turn him into a Steel City blue collar football guy. You know, like so he didn't fit there. For the same reasons Luka didn't fit with the Mavericks. And you just take him and put him in a different situation where people are like, hey, be you, do you. We're going to work on these little things, but we're in your corner. You know, I think that is why, you know, Luka to me was so rebellious is because the people here didn't respect him. Kyrie Irving worked here, not Brooklyn. Same thing. He was lighting sage back there in Brooklyn, just felt like the vibes were way off. Cuban's like, come on down here. I'm a Jewish guy. I don't even mind that. I'm not even sweating that. I want to make you happy. I want to give you the best possible situation to play basketball in. And he was like, cool, I can respect the hell out of that. And, you know, Kyrie turned into the ideal team leader here with the Mavericks almost instantly.
You're not lying, Gavin, because I tell you what, behind the scenes, oh, they love Kyrie. Kyrie comes early. He leaves late. He goes to appearances. He shows up. He's a lovable guy. And Dumont came in and said, this is my guy right here. This is the guy that I want to pay. This is the guy that I want to be the forefront of my team. He's a family man. He's signing autograph. He's kissing the babies. Luka comes off the court. Yeah. He don't want to do it. He don't come early to the games. He doesn't come show up and do all this and that. But this Kyrie guy, man, that's the naivete. It sucks to have a new owner because new owners don't know their ass from a hole in the ground when it comes to, you know, what it takes to win in basketball. And then you pair that up with a power hungry GM like Nico, who doesn't know much more. And it was just the perfect combination. They didn't know that sometimes in basketball, you get a superstar that thinks his stuff doesn't stink. And what do you do in that situation? You tell him back, you're right. It doesn't stink, bro. Go out there and do your 30 and 10 and 10 for us again, and everybody will be happy.
Thank you. We've heard about. Listen, we've heard of all this. We heard about the confrontations between Pat Riley and LeBron James. Pat Riley and winning, LeBron James winning. We've heard about the confrontations we've heard about the confrontation with, you remember, with young Kobe and the Lakers. Remember they were this close to trading him. You know, he asked for a trade. We've heard about the back and forth with Michael Jordan and, like I say, Jerry Krause and even the Bulls ownership. We saw the Last Dance. How that?
Yeah, we seen it now with Memphis and John.
There's always confrontation. There's always confrontation with the star player and ownership. That's always going to happen because the star player is going to want what he wants and the ownership's going to want what he wants. It's just how much pain you're willing to deal with, because the fact of the matter is, we know this, Gavin, in the NBA, the stars run the league, superstars run the league. Then their agents. That's fact and period, because agents can maneuver star players anywhere they want to. LeBron James is capped. His team, they basically maneuver players all. LeBron James basically an agent in himself. He just had hired people to do it. But anyway, and then you got ownership, and then you got front office help like that. That's how it's always gone, because we look at the money they make. That's how it goes. At one point in the way, you're gonna have to answer to a star player. Now, if in Nico's world that he don't think he has to answer to a star player, he's not gonna be. He's gonna be like he is now, an unemployed GM, and nobody's gonna hire him. Because at some point, the star player is gonna get what he wants. And anytime because no pun intended to Nico Harrison or Patrick Dumont, they asses don't dribble a basketball. They don't shoot a shot. When they sitting there behind on the bench, they just like any other fan. They hoping and praying that the players is on their team makes the shot, makes the defensive play. They have nothing more to do once they get the guys out there. It's all decided on the court. That's all I'm
Gavin, do you think this is the end of Nico? Do you think we see Nico with another team, or this is one and done for him?
Oh, we will never see Nico close to a basketball team ever again. The author of one of the worst trades in all of sports history. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if what contributed to this is other teams calling Patrick Dumont and kind of saying, hey, we would like to make you an offer for PJ Washington, Kyrie Irving when he comes back, Anthony Davis. We'd like to make an offer for Gafford or maybe even Lively. And we can't get your GM to want to acknowledge the fact that he's in an obvious rebuild. You know, he is so dug in on making this work around Anthony Davis that we got to call you and be like, hey, you know, we're going to help you out here because we know you're a new governor and you probably don't know what it's going to take, but this is a clear and obvious tank, trade, and rebuild situation. And if we're going to be able to make a trade with you in the future, you probably need to get your guy Nico out of there. You know, so I think the word around the league, I mean, everybody laughed at this. I don't know. And now you add the component of him being such a guy who's good at gathering control and chasing off dissent. Why would you want to invite that into your organization? Now, Nico's either going to go back to Nike or maybe Adidas or Under Armour or Reebok or New Balance or something will hire him and put him back in the role that he's actually good at.
Well, I did hear this summer that Anthony Davis with Nico in charge was definitely calling a lot of shots around there inside the AAC. But so now what becomes and this is no more question me and Kendrick was talking about. What becomes of Anthony Davis now that Nico is gone? Does he get traded, or does
bidding war?
Kyrie get traded?
Bidding war. You know, I think
he's got.
Yeah,
is that why Dumont didn't want him playing the other night because he didn't want him to get hurt?
I believe so. You know, especially in light of what Kendrick said about 5 minutes ago, that you're trying to force guys out there that are hurt to carry on this idea that we're a playoff team, whether that's Lively or Davis or whoever it might be, playing Kyrie Irving way too many minutes. Like, who couldn't see a catastrophic injury to the lower half happening with Kyrie Irving about February 20th of last year as his minutes were really accelerating? But, you know, I think what happens is you sell Anthony Davis as, hey, everybody in the league has an OKC Thunder problem for at least another 9 months until their guys come up for contracts at the end of this next season. They're going to go win another championship as long as they're healthy. But if you are a contender and maybe there's a hole at power forward or center, you add Anthony Davis. Is he going to stay healthy? I don't know. I know you're not winning a championship. You're not beating the Thunder in a 7-game series without him. If you haven't and he stays healthy, you might actually have a chance of besting OKC. So I'm looking at, you know, a half dozen teams in the West and a half dozen teams in the East and saying, who wants them? We're looking for 2 1s, maybe 1-1, a young player, and then expiring contracts to make the salary fit. As soon as we get those guys, the expiring contracts coming in, we're cutting them so we can make sure we're under 20 wins and have a great spot to end up with a top 4 pick in the draft. So, yes, absolutely, Kyrie is going to be on the table. You know, I don't know if the offers are going to be good enough for Kyrie Irving to justify trading him. But if they are, you know, if you can get a 1 for Kyrie Irving, then I think you jump at that opportunity as well. You know, all the fuel possible to move up and get this dude out of Kansas, who, you know, might be the second coming out of Ohio.
Listen, Gavin, they talked about this being a generational draft right here. About 10 to 15 players got the possibilities of being a multi all-stars in this draft. So luckily, like I was talking with Walt on the post game. Luckily for the Mavs, they do control this year's pick. The 2026 pick. So, like you said before, you tank it out, you get in the lottery, you get another play. Now we don't know how these players are going to turn out. But you give yourself an opportunity to get another player to run with Cooper Flagg in his timeline. Because, like I said before, that this 3 to 4 window mess, that you're not, in my opinion, even if you had AD and Kyrie, I still don't think the Mavericks are good enough to beat OKC, and I still don't think they're good enough to beat them. I just don't think they're good enough to beat them. That's just how I feel.
So you need an elite guy with size on the perimeter.
So in that, you're too hurt at the big position, and Kyrie, I love Kyrie, but he's a 34-year-old point guard with bad knees. Listen, he's had 2 catastrophic knee injuries on that left knee. He cracked the kneecap in half during the finals run in Cleveland, and he just tore ligaments. So I don't know how good explosive he's going to be coming back, being 33 to 34 years old. So if you can get something from Kyrie, but go ahead, Walt.
No, I was gonna say I just think that the model of the way the Oklahoma City Thunder won the championship is probably the way you have to go a little bit now in the NBA, because the way the money is, you have to pay one main guy, and then you have to draft and build your other guys up while you're not paying them. You have to make sure they're good. They're good enough, and then you probably pay one or two out of them.
Case in point.
One or two other guys, and everybody else.
Case in point. I'm gonna switch sports switches. Case in point, Gavin, you know this. If you got a good team, a lot of Cowboys with 2016 Dak Prescott, a good team with a quarterback.
You talking about good teams, right?
With a rookie quarterback, you're not paying any money. Same thing. I'm just saying. Same thing with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yep.
A good team with a but you have to get it. You have to get that title in, because when you have to start paying that guy, then those other players have to go away because you got a salary cap. It's the basic. I'm agreeing with this. Basically the same thing.
The only team that
window with your rookie star quarterback.
Yeah, the only team that was really able to pull it off and like stick around for a little bit was Golden State, because they went way into luxury tax land, and they had the new arena, and they were selling $1,000 tickets in the lower bowl. Like, they were able to generate enough revenue, but still we haven't had a repeat champion in 8 years because your window is going to be so small. You can only really afford to pay one superstar, and stars 2 and 3 that push you to a title, they're going to take you over the luxury tax threshold. And now with these new rules, with the aprons, you just don't have enough resources to build out a supporting cast anymore. So
which is why Cuban had to sell.
Yeah, exactly. He had to sell because he knew the city was going to end up hating him and his family for not being able to put a contender out there and letting superstars walk on a regular basis. So, I think an owner has to be willing to lose money to have a dynasty in today's NBA. And really what it comes down to is how can you continue to draft well enough to replace that supporting cast, or get lucky finding guys on mid-level exceptions that have career years for you, like Derrick Jones Jr. did. Those are the kind of like rare exceptions. And once you get, like, Denver got there, and 3 of their best role players were on other teams within 12 months.
And to your point, Evan, that's kind of why Nico didn't want Mark Cuban around, because he knew that in order for me to get players like Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis, I can't have this guy around, because he's going to tell people, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to pay that kind of money. And Nico's like, listen, I'm just trying to win the championship here and get these guys in here in this window, but we're going to have to spend a little money. Because remember, Mark Cuban, I told you, me and Mark Cuban, we had a conversation, just me and him in the AAC, about the team, and he told me, well, I would only go into luxury tax if I felt like the team was worth going into the luxury tax for. Because the luxury tax comes out of his own pocket. But Mark Cuban don't have millions of dollars like that to afford a luxury tax like the Golden State Warriors. Because like you said, they were making millions of dollars in the lower bowl. Hell, Dumont, when they got here, they had to push the ticket prices back up because Mark Cuban was basically giving tickets away in the third level. Mark Cuban said, I never made any money off the Mavericks because I was giving I wanted to be a family night in the AAC. I wanted families to be able to come see the Mavericks play.
I mean,
Dumont
even if
the next week they pushed the prices back up.
Even if he sold all those tickets, he still wasn't making money. This was a passion project for Mark Cuban, and a lot of those years, I heard he only made money 1 or 2 out of the years. A lot of those years under that old apron system, he was doing more than other owners. He was a good owner, but it just got to a point where that's why the Lakers sold. Everybody is going to end up selling to hedge fund billionaires and insurance companies that have the tens and tens of billions of dollars liquid that will allow them to be flexible and sign these massive, contracts for hundreds of millions of dollars.
The day of the millionaire is done. Cannot be a millionaire on a team in sports. It's over with.
It's a multi-billion-dollar operation now.
Right, and there's only one guy. Who stands at the top. Who he can do it all. No matter what happens, he don't need no help, and that's my guy Jerry. He can do it all. He's got 12 million. He's worth 12. He's worth 12 billion. The team is, so we don't need any help. He stands alone on that.
For now. Hopefully.
I mean, you're right for now because
yeah.
we're gonna go up. We're gonna go up a little bit. Maybe about 15, 17 mil before the next thing is over with. You never know.
I mean, don't be surprised
That guy got that.
So the thing with NFL contracts is all the guaranteed money has to go into escrow. You know, and the Jones family makes about $400 million a year, right? So if you have Micah Parsons, what was that, 150 guaranteed? You know, your next quarterback contracts are going up over 200.
Yeah, something right. It's under 60. Yeah.
And Jerry's not that liquid. Like, he has almost all of his money leveraged into the stock market, oil and gas, real estate. Like, he is not accumulating gold coins in silos like we imagine Scrooge McDuck, like him swimming in a pool of money or whatever. That's not Jerry Jones. Whatever millions of dollars he gets, he takes and invests more with the idea that I'm going to 10x this off my investment. So, you know, I don't know how much that's going to apply to even, you know, an ownership group as rich as the Joneses in the future, unless they change their ways and start rat holing you know, that income that they're bringing in. And, you know, billionaires just hate that because of inflation. You know, they're just watching millions of dollars burn if they don't invest it somehow, some way.
The fact I'd say so. Basically, that's why we couldn't get any players with dirt because he's cheap. Nico spent, because when Mark Cuban's here, they kept wanting to go bring in people like Bogdanovich and people who didn't even make sense on the team to put on the floor. And it's like, because he thought, he won a championship, I could just go get cheap players and just put around Dirk, and we can make a push and win that way.
He got bad. It got bad late. Yeah. It did.
The game evolved. You couldn't win the NBA that way. You couldn't win a championship that way. It's pretty much what happened.
I mean, the part of him thinking, I'm going to go get Vegas casino money here that can write blank checks, and they're making tens of millions of dollars every day, probably. I mean, the Adelson family has their tentacles all over internet sports gambling. They are dominating like the Asian gambling scene, in the Philippines and Thailand, I think. I mean, they have such an empire that they can afford to do those kind of things. So I genuinely believe Cuban thought, I'm going to sell it to somebody who can make sure the Mavericks are great, and I'm going to keep 25% of it. So when they install this casino, I'm going to also enrich my family in a big way. It should have been a win-win. And it probably would have been if he could have somehow got it on paper that he would have been having the mandate to stay the governor of the team, essentially, while the Adelsons owned it.
Right.
But I did get it confirmed, Gavin Dawson, that it is true what I thought and speculated. He did lose a lot of money in that lawsuit with that whole Dogecoin or whatever that coin thing was. He did lose a lot of money. That also helped is another reason why he sold and why he lost some of the provisions he had, because he wasn't in a position. Basically, he didn't have any leverage in the negotiation with the money he lost. That's why you see things turn out the way it did.
Yeah, he brought in that sponsor. And what ended up happening, a bunch of fans or something threw money into it, got scammed, and he was kind of on the hook. I think the dude who ran end up going to jail, or the dude who was involved in it, he ended up going to jail for it. Well, Nico's gone, so at least we can move on and open up a new chapter in this book now. Yeah, and we were talking about trading Kyrie, and I've already told Kendrick, I already got my eye on De'Aaron Fox. If we can somehow figure out a way to get Kyrie over to San Antonio for De'Aaron Fox, I'd be good with that, because the Cooper flag is gonna need guys that can run and can throw him oops. And now that's what you need. We need, you know how Jason Kidd likes to run. That's the type of team we need now. Run. Derek Lively, he got to go. Yeah, and I think De'Aaron Fox is a really good idea. I mean, it's so difficult to run and not turn it over. You know, and De'Aaron Fox is one of the players that's elite at it. I don't think you could get him for Kyrie Irving. You know, I think it'll take a little bit. It'll take a little bit more, but I just think that's a point guard that I see right now that he would be a perfect fit to put alongside Cooper Swag, as I call him. Would you guys have done the trade if you knew you were getting Cooper Flag at this point, 10 games into his career? Absolutely, I would have. It's not a second thought for me, because you see, I'm so much around basketball. I've been hearing about Cooper Flag since he was in high school. Just like with Paige Becker, I've been hearing about Paige Becker since high school. So I've been hearing about these players. I know
what they were coming in to do.
I still want Luka, but
that's a hard question. Because I gotta. On the other hand, I hear what Walt's talking about, but on the other hand, I got a 25-year-old phenom that's a 5-time first team All NBA and 5-time All Star. So listen, he just.
I already told you he wasn't going to play basketball.
I will probably never do those things.
Whether you agree with whatever is not, the kid took your team to the Western Conference Finals twice and to the NBA Finals once in that span.
Mm-hmm.
He took them now. It's some guys that's in the league
got embarrassed.
ain't even got. I'm just gonna say his name, Donovan Mitchell. That gets all this, and they even got their team to a conference final. Yeah. So I'm just saying. Like I said, I told Walt this yesterday. I don't know what Cooper Flagg's going to. I hope he turns out to be great. I don't know. He's only 18, but I like what I see now. I like that. I like the game. I like his fearlessness. How he challenged Miles Turner, shot blocker yesterday. He talked about, hey, I got to go up against Giannis. I can't show any fear. I like that fearlessness. Now, having fearlessness is different than having skill. I think he needs to work on his ball handling a little bit more. I know, but that's something he can learn. He's on 18. Walt said it. He's got to be for being a 6'9" player. He's got to have a post game so he can take advantage of smaller players if he gets a mismatch on there. I do believe that he's not a point guard. We know that. We talked about that with Coach Kidd. He's not a point guard. He's going to have a point guard.
Like what?
Yeah, he's
a point guard.
He's a. I think Gavin. Walt. I talked about it last night. I think he's not done growing. I think he may have another inch to grow because I'm looking at how his body shows. I think by the time he gets 21, he's 6'8.5", around 6, close to 6'9". I think by when he's time growing, he's gonna be about 6'10 and a half, and he's gonna put on muscle. I think his natural position is gonna be that shooter, that stretch 4, kind of like what Dirk did, but more athletically. So I think that's his true position. I don't think it's no 2 or 3 when he's done filling into his body.
I understand that you want it like Luka, and here was my problem with Luka, and I was done with Luka after game, I think it was 3, maybe game 3 of the NBA Finals.
Oh yeah, it was atrocious.
He was out there throwing temper tantrums and fouling people.
I was up on him too, man. Like Luka wasn't perfect, and you would have had to construct a terrific roster around him to make up for his lack of defense. And I don't think he'd ever flip the switch that he did when he got to the Lakers.
My problem is you know, some people say I got to get out of the 90s or whatever. I grew up watching Michael Jordan and people like Kobe Bryant, to where the effect of if a player like Jaylen Brown is on national TV strapping you in, saying stuff like if Luka give up the ball, he ain't getting it back, or whenever I'm not coming out of the game as long as Luka's on the floor. If Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant heard something like that, they coming back the next game to bust your ass, and they gonna bust your ass every time they see you. And after that game, Luka didn't come back. He didn't do anything. And then when they played the Boston Celtics again last season before they traded him, he came out there and he was lackadaisical. Jaylen Brown busted him up again on national television. I'm just like, I want my guy to have that killer instinct. I don't think he had a killer instinct enough for me.
He showed you that dog several times, though.
Okay.
I mean, I think Boston broke Kyrie Irving. You know, and they were a machine. You know, and maybe Luka did not have the best response, but man, he had such a killer response against Phoenix and Utah and Minnesota and OKC. Like, I think maybe it was him acknowledging that Boston was just too good for him.
I'm going to say this.
He's not an American.
Go
ahead, Kendrick.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, exactly. I want to say this. I'm not comparing anybody to Michael Jordan. Hell, I wouldn't compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan, and that's LeBron James. There's one of one. There's Michael Jordan, and then there's everybody and everybody else. That was a one-on-one. I consider Michael Jordan one of the top. Listen, I consider Michael Jordan one of the top 3 athletes in sports, period. Okay. If you put a Mount Rushmore of athletes, he's on there. He's on there. Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, Jesse Owens, whoever you want to put on it, he's on there. So you're trying to compare a generational talent to a one of one, a once in a phenomenal player. That's my disagreement with that. Now, number 2, like you said with Boston, Gavin, that was the team, Boston Celtics. If we remember, they were a young team, had a young core, but they were a battle-tested core. They've been to the Eastern Conference Finals like 6 years in a row. They've been to the finals. Remember 2 years ago when they got busted up by Andrew Wiggins and Steph Curry? They had their scars. And we were talking, and they were talking Negley and Jason Tatum's there talking about, man, he just too quiet. He don't have that Kobe killer. That Boston didn't trade him. I mean, the temper tantrum, it was bad. It was a bad moment. But I've seen LeBron James against the San Antonio Spurs only averaged 17 points in his first finals. Cleveland didn't say, let's trade him off of there. Yeah, they didn't say that. You don't give up on a player like that. That's just my opinion. Now, did the Mavericks get out of jail free card with Cooper? Yes, they did. Thank God, because if they didn't get that 1.8% chance, they be in deep. You know what?
Then I would be fired.
But the fact of the matter is,
Nico.
and man,
Nico.
You're killing it, and LeBron
and that's
was coached by the Mavs too. That was the last straw for LeBron.
Yeah.
It wasn't until that humbling
and like I said, and you remember he made the comment. Well, remember this was the famous comment LeBron James made. I guess he was kind of sensitive when people was asking why you was getting posted up by JJ Barrera, and he said, "Well, at the end of the day, I go back to my house and stuff like that. I don't have to think." Maybe he made that comment. I think it was game. Mm-hmm. It was it game? Was the elimination game, or was it game 5? He made that comment, and it was like, what? What are you talking about? Hey, if it's the worst, it was kind of like the Tony Romo comment. If it's the worst thing that happened to me, and remember, Dallas Cowboy fans never gave Tony Romo for that. But after he lost that 44-6 to the Eagles, well, if it's the worst thing that happened, I lived a pretty good. It's kind of like that tone deafness right there. But like I said, it wasn't a good look. I'm not blowing up the team for that, because I know what I have with Luka. And the fact that I disagree. He's got a killer instinct. I don't know where that not come from. Sometimes you just meet your match. And Boston is a good team. They were the best team in basketball that year. They were from wire to wire. Am I right or wrong, Gavin? That whole season, Boston Celtics, that year, they were the best team in basketball.
Here's one saving grace that I will give the Mavericks in their playoffs, okay? The Mavericks actually had to work to get to the finals that year. The Boston Celtics got it easy that year to get to the finals, because every team they played,
like I said, you're right.
Player was hurt.
We agree.
And they
agree.
They had everybody.
I agree. They had injuries. Donovan Mitchell, but they still were the best team in basketball, start to finish. They were the best. They came in that year as the favorites to win the championship. They ended that year as the favorites to win. Now the Mavericks, we keep acting like the Mavericks were supposed to be in the finals. Remember, they were the 5th seed. They didn't have a home court. Nobody picked the Mavericks to get to the finals. Everybody picked OKC. They picked Minnesota. Now the Mavericks went through them all, had a hard road, but let's not act like the Mavericks was sworn in to win a championship. Then I think they had like the 6th best odds coming out the West that year of getting to the NBA Finals. At least they shocked me, Gavin, because I didn't see them getting that. So I thought they was going to get to OKC, and I thought OKC was going to get rid of them in the second round. Then when they got to the Western Conference Final, I said anything is possible. They got the 2 best closers in at that point in the league. I said anything is possible, and they end up getting there. And all I think, they just met their match. They met the 2 best wing players in Tatum and Brown, which they were. At that point in time, they were the two best wing players. They was a cheap version of Michael. They were the cheap version of Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. The two best wing players.
Drew Holiday.
So you got and they locked them down.
Yeah,
And
Drew Holiday. Was so in really slowing down the offense and anticipating what the Mavs and any other team were trying to do. I mean, Drew Holiday still got it. He's in Portland. He's leading a little resurgence out there now with a bunch of, guys that not many people know about. But I think that was just a horrible matchup. And look at, I mean, the bigger concern for me was just Luka's ability to stay on the ball and defend, to get back on defense and to not bitch at the refs. I didn't have any concerns about his heart level at that point. Gentlemen, I love talking sports with you guys. I can't thank you enough for having me on. My kids begging me to go read a book, so I got to run. But I mean, keep it up, dude. I love talking sports with you guys, man. Appreciate you, Walt. Thanks for having me on, buddy. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, man. I'm just amazed at how tall and how old Abby is now. I just remember when she was a little kid. Now you took a picture of her. She's like up to your shoulders now.
I know. I can't stand it. I tried to hit the pause button on her when she was 5, but she just kept going. Cheers, buddies. Have a great night.
All right, man. Thank you, Gavin. Yeah, good night, man.
All right, Gav. Salute, brother.
Oh, man.
Nice talking to him.
Well, as we
you all right?
Yeah.
So it was so emotional. So emotional. It's a good healing session. It was a good healing session.
As my buddy Nico Harrison has been exiled from the Dallas Mavericks, thank you to the General Gavin Dawson tonight. Thank you to Miss Deborah Welch. Thank you to Facts God. You are right in our book, man. You can definitely hop on with us anytime. We might, man, we might need to get a stream key out a little bit more and have some conversations with the people. We need to talk more to the people now. We need to get the people more involved. On the show. Now that we're gone, we want to hear from you guys and see what direction you think the Mavericks go. Maybe we should.
Yeah, we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it because we're gonna be seeing a lot of hot L's coming the Mavs way. We're gonna see a lot of hot L's coming the Mavs way. So,
unfortunately, we're gonna be. Unfortunately, the Nico-less era starts tomorrow night when inside the AAC when the Mavericks take on the Phoenix Suns.
Well, at least I heard that those getaway stairs are gonna be bronze and standing right next to Dirk's statue. Those getaway stairs, right there. Just saying, those getaway stairs. I ain't never heard of a general manager having getaway stairs.
You gotta get up out of there.
Got that bad, man. It got that bad.
That thing go bad. You gotta get up out of there. You gotta get up out of there.
All right, Walt, take us home, brother. Take us home.
All right, man. We'll be back tomorrow night. Big shout out to the General Gavin Dawson for joining us. Big shout out to Deborah Wells for joining us. Two people who've been at the forefront of the Fire Nico campaign in the city of Dallas. I want to thank those two. But we'll be back tomorrow night. But until then, keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. Always do the best for business. If we don't see you around, then we'll see you around live tomorrow night. I think for the first time, this might be justified in playing and then we might be justified in playing this clip right here for the first time.
It's a beautiful service.
I wish you guys nothing but best. The ceiling is the roof.
Hey Cowboys, Mavs, Rangers, Stars, and Wings fans. It's me, Kendrick here. I know the season may not or may be going exactly how you want it or not. But hey, like and subscribe to all those bFb DFW content. You see me. I mean, forget about the other guys, because I'm the real star here. But hey, if you want to see Walt, Shams, and Vosh, that's okay. It's okay. But remember, it's all about me. So still, like and subscribe for, me and the other guys. Okay.